It's Brian. Happy Labor Day. It's time for your daily vitamin, and I was kind of going back and forth, but then I wasn't sure what I was going to post today. But then I actually went on Facebook and I saw a lot of people questioning recipes for the new fall season, how to pack, what some of the issues were that they were facing in terms of what to bring in, what not to bring in, bring more, bring less, sell more, or bring more, sell less, however that works. But the bottom line is you always have to find that happy balance. And I really think that Home Office nailed it and knocked it out of the park this season when they created the season's best. I think that may be showing up backwards to you. I don't know if it is or not. But anyway, the bottom line is they gave us the #1 tool here to actually plan our whole season accordingly. And how to pack for the season. If you kind of dig into it and you look at it, they showed us how to pack for the season. They also showed us great one-pot recipes. The whole thing is geared towards one-pot recipes. I've made my way through all of the recipes. They're not difficult. I know a lot of people kind of commented when I was posting pictures of the one-pot recipes, oh, but you're a great cook and you know how to do this, and I'm not that great of a cook and I'm not sure. Trust me when I say this, anybody can make these recipes. Anybody. It's a simple process. Just follow the recipe, make the recipe at home a couple of times, see what you think. Customize it, see if you can adapt it to things you like or you don't like. But the bottom line is, use this to the best of your advantage. Here's what I'm doing this season. I normally would give my host one of these anyway. And basically what we do is we kind of pass it around the room. Everybody signs. It's just kind of a little momentum for her. So every one of these are going in every one of my host packets. When she gets the host packet, if it's at a show, I usually tell her I'm going to follow up with her within 24 hours and we'll go over the packet. If not, if I'm mailing it to her, it's same scenario. I kind of anticipate when she's going to get it, so I know I'm going to follow up with her within about 24 hours. The first thing we're going to basically do is go over the packet, talk about how to get outside orders. I have a host coaching letter in there, things of that nature. But then, ultimately, I'm going to let her know that she needs to start looking at this recipe book and start to kind of think about one of the recipes in the book, because that's the recipe we're going to make at her show. So ultimately, it's a win-win situation. She has the book already. I don't have to email the recipe. We go over it step by step. And she actually has her little kind of gift in one shot. So it's a win-win. I just take the season's best recipe book back from her. When we're at the show, I pass it around. Everybody signs it, puts little notes in it. And then she gets it back as a gift. So it's really kind of a win-win for all of us. But here's what I did in terms of how I guided, allowed this book to guide me through packing for the season. I went through every single recipe, okay, and I looked at the tools that they are saying to use or to have for each recipe, okay, and I laid them all out on the table. Now, I know some of you may be new consultants and you don't have all the products, okay, but if you really look at the recipes, there's so many different products you can interchange with maybe a piece you don't have, okay? So ultimately, think about what you have, make sure you have the products, and then you can substitute or replace one product for another if you don't have that specific product. But if you use this, it's going to show you how to pack for the season, okay? Now, obviously, I've been doing this a long time, so I have all the products. So basically, what I did was I went through each recipe, wrote down on a piece of scratch paper the products it's calling for, and I laid them out on the table, okay? Then what I did from there is I started packing my bags, okay? So the first bag I packed was one of the old consultant's bags, and in here I have all the power tools for the main product they're going to use for the recipe, okay? For instance, in here, in this little bag here, I have the 12-inch family skillet, okay? With the cover, I have my mitts. I have another tool turnabout bag. Actually, this is the old bag for the the trifle bowl. I have my deep covered baker in here. I bring this to every show. This is just an additive. It's got both wine bottle openers in it. I talk about the wine bottle openers at every show, okay? And then I have the 11-inch grill pan, the double burner grill pan, and I have the new half sheet pan. So this is my power tool bag. Everything stays packed in this bag, okay? Then I have, well, let me get this kind of out of the way. Now, I'm not going to kid you, that bag's heavy, but there's a rhyme and a reason as to why I pack it that way, okay? In here, I just have an 11-gallon plastic tote covered with our shopping tote, okay? Great way to kind of show off the shopping totes. And I always have my cutting boards in here. Now, there's a great debate going on about whether to bring the new cutting board, whether to bring the whole knife block set, or the knife block and all the knives. That's strictly up to you in terms of whether you want to bring the knife, the cutting board or not. Okay, but I don't. I'm not bringing the cutting board. I'm still using the flexible mats. Maybe towards we get to the holiday season, maybe I'll bring the cutting board, but I would actually put that right in here. So this is an empty tote, and this is where my dirty dishes are going to end up. Okay. Then I have in here a tool turnabout bag. Okay. And I packed pretty much all the knives, okay? And I packed the color-coded knives, because I like to do a comparison at my show, okay? But these are the loose tools. Again, a few additives, but the loose tools plus all the tools that we're going to need for these season best recipes. You know, the oil spritzer, the zester, the microplane grater, all that's in here, okay? Then I have a bag here that's got kind of products that I know that whether it's going to be in the recipe or not, I'm going to talk about these products. I may use them, I may not, but again, this is in the old version of the tote bag, okay? I have the 2 popcorn makers, I have the batter bowl, the close and cut, some of the boil over no mores, the veggie spiralizer, the manual food processor, the quick slice, things of that nature. Okay, that stays in the bag. Then I have the old cooler, okay? And in here is going to be both my rock rocks, the 4-quart and the 2.5-quart. And I just have them separated by the pan protectors, okay? So that stays in there. And then the last 2 bags I have, and right now you're probably saying this guy is absolutely nuts. What is he doing? He's bringing all these bags into the show. Wrong, I'm not, okay? Here we have again some, this happens to be the whipped cream maker. And I found this out a long time ago. These are the old cases for when you buy pillowcase sheet cover sets. Save the little pouch it comes in and wrap your products in it. That's great because it's got Velcro on it, okay? We got the veggie grater, the simple slicer. Again, more products that I know we may be using, okay? And then the last bag I created, this is the baking bag. This is the old Pizza Stone tote. I don't know if you guys have that or not. But again, if you don't worry about it. Just put it in a bag. I have, you know, the new fluted pan, the mini fluted pan, the cutters, our pancake. This is pretty much all the baking stuff. And it's very durable. It didn't break. And all the new season stuff that I'm going to be talking about. And if you've seen the videos on the baking page, you'll understand why. Okay? So, now, here's how this works. All these bags do go in my trunk. Okay? I have them packed, so literally, other than my paperwork bag, I'm packed for the whole season. So now here's what happens. I go to the show. Obviously, you know, you plan accordingly, but you go to the show. Once I'm there, and I already know what recipe I'm making, I actually then go into these bags, fill the dirty dish bag, the dirty dish bin, because I know they're going to be dirty. Put all my tools in here that I'm going to use for the recipe. So ultimately, this bag plus my tool turnabout bag, the baking bag, because that's what I'm going to talk about. Oh, okay. And then, depending on what power tool I'm using, this is the only things I bring into the house. Okay, this and my paperwork bag, which happens to be a briefcase. So that's it. Although all this stuff looks like I packed a lot, and in essence I did, but it stays in the car. All I do is take this dirty dish bin, fill it with the products that I know I'm going to use for the recipe, and ultimately I'm done. So I go, make the recipe, put those products right in here. That comes in the house with me at the end of the show because I wash my own dishes at home. And then my paperwork bag comes and I replenish the bag. So packing can be easy. It's just a matter of, I'm not a big fan of bringing a ton of stuff. I've really tried to cut back on that because ultimately I want the catalog to do the job. I'm going to go through the catalog because as they're flipping through the pages, they're going to be seeing more products they want. Okay? And with the new index, it's even easier now because you have all the products there. You can go over them, talk a little bit about them, and point them to what page they need to go on. Okay? So that in a nutshell is how I pack. So these 3 bags would go in the house with me. Okay? Or, you know, the show hostess's house. And that's it. Although it looks like I packed a lot, it's not. Because ultimately I'm packing for the whole season. I'm not packing for one show. Because now we've got the one-pot meals. This is going to be a saver in terms of time, packing, easy for the host to understand. The recipes are right there. The directions are right there. What the shopping list is, essence, right there. So she has everything she needs. I have everything we need. One trip in the house. Do our product demo. I'm shooting this year to actually be in and out of the house in an hour and a half. That's my goal. I'm going to streamline my shows so that it's in and out of the house in an hour and a half. I don't care if they want to socialize. I'm going to be using the benefit of the Express Party checkout. This way it makes it easier for that. I want to show people it's fast, easy, you know, great way to kind of get some friends together. They don't have to be there all night. If they choose to, that's up to them. That's not my business. My job is I want to be in the house, out of the house in an hour and a half. So I'm going to keep you posted as to how that's working, but this is going to help me with that process, okay? You guys have any questions? I wish you all a happy and successful fall season. Like I said, work with what Home Office gave us because this truly has got to be the best season's best I've ever seen. All right? Have a great weekend, guys.